All right, so today, looking at the my very first Henlong Panzer III conversion that I did. This is the Henlong Panzer III with Tamiya electronics. Uh, the electronics came out of my first Tamiya kit, the King Tiger, which these electronics have been performing non-stop since 2008. Not even a glitch or a hiccup. Never had to replace anything. Just installed it, and this tank's been running with those electronics ever since. The battle unit is installed up here in the turret. You know, very similar to the other Panzer III that I showed you. This scheme is actually, it's kind of hard to see, but there are green camel stripes in this camouflage. It's the Panzer Gray, and my buddy was doing the Panzer IV from Tamiya, but he was backdating it to an early one, as much as he could backdate that kit to a short-barreled one. And we did these in the same unit. His was Panzer Gray, and the Panzer III was gray. Same division markings, everything. Same red turret numbers. They actually look pretty good together. And it was kind of neat. This tank was what my son drove when he first started going to Danville with me to the AAF and doing the RC battle weekends. And he drove the ever-loving piss out of this tank, let me tell you. And I'm surprised that it's held up as long as it has. It's got the, it started out with metal tracks, and then we went back to plastic. The only really upgrades this has is it's got metal dry sprockets and metal idler wheels or return rollers, and everything else is still plastic. All these here are still plastic wheels, and I think I've had to rebuild like 3 of these wheels because they would just fall apart, you know. And this one's really bad. It's got a really bad wobble, so it probably wouldn't have lasted much longer. But up here with the return rollers up here at the top, no issues with these. These have worked non-stop, no problem with them. Even the front spring still works. The back one, it's a little tight, but not bad. The electronics, just open this up real fast. There they are. Now, I do not remember where I got these gearboxes from, but they have held up incredibly. The only thing I've done is I've added grease to them. I've never cleaned them, and I've never done anything other than add grease to them. When it got to where they were needing grease, they got greased. But there's a little slop in them still, but I wish I could remember the manufacturer of those things, because I did this this conversion about 2009, and it's almost 16 years ago. So yeah, it's got the Henlong speaker in it, Henlong turret rotation. Still has the BB gun in there. I never did get the elevation working, but it really didn't need elevation, really. With the IR emitter mounted on top of the barrel there. As long as he could spin the turret around, drive it around, it was, he was good to go. So yeah, this thing has been a heck of a performer. Did have to replace the bottom battery screws right there, and these here are the bolts help holding the two gearboxes in there to give them a little stability. But yeah, that bottom is really worn pretty well. Still has some of the old Danville dirt in it right there in the tracks. And those things are worn smooth because these are Tamiya Panzer IV tracks, and those little ice cleats there are gone. Those little traction cleats, completely gone. So yeah, this thing has been one heck of a runner, you know, and it's not a bad looking tank, really. I haven't kept up with what all Heng and I think the M24 came out recently. That would have been a nice tank to have made into a battling tank. But yeah, it was a pretty simple conversion, really. Just gutted it, took out the Heng electronics, threw the Tamiya stuff in there. Had to put a little zip tie here because the flash would get sucked back in here. So that was a good expedient right there for him, just to keep him battling. But didn't lose a lot of the little accessories. The jack is still there. Spare road wheels are still on there. But yeah, it's been an awesome little tank for him, and he battled it all the way up until the day of the museum, you know, that weekend, September. November was the last one, so yeah, because we couldn't make the November one, but couldn't make the very last one, but you know, still a good battle and tank. You can see it's really caught some abuse with all the wear and everything on there. But yeah, it was more than a great tank for him, and he really enjoyed it. And it still looks pretty decent, you know. But yeah, good old Heng Panzer III. Not a bad little tank. There's elevation that I never did get to work, but you know, didn't need it. Still a good tank. And those Heng rotation units are probably the best thing out there as far as durability goes. So much better than the Tamiya system. I wish they had come up with something like that. But yeah, this thing's been a heck of a little runner for him. So yeah, that was my first conversion. Even had to get by the tank, but you know, I already had the electronics, so it was fairly cheap back then in 2009. You know, so not too terribly bad. Give you one last look at it. The exhaust back here did break off, but you can see it's like that plastic's pretty chewed up around there. And oh yeah, this was where the on-off switch was, back here in the back. It's out of the way, but still reachable. So there it is. Hope you enjoy the video. Hope you liked it. And I wish I could remember where those gearboxes I got them from, because those things they're bulletproof. Let a little 8-year-old run around with it up until he turned 17 or 16 or so, and it lasted all those years. But yeah, if you like the video, just give it a like, and if you feel like it, please subscribe. Thanks.